The One Slough approach is about the Slough Council for Voluntary Service and Slough Borough Council bringing together all of our excellent voluntary organisations to help us tackle this crisis.
It made me feel like I was part of a greater community. It made me recognise that people out there, they all want to help, and it makes you feel a sense of achievement when you see your final results, when you hear the feedback from all the people, the services that have received the help.
For me personally, I think the main thing was feeling like we were actually able to do something. I think a lot of the problems mentally that came from lockdown was feeling that you were completely out of control of the situation, and being able to volunteer and do simple things such as picking up shopping or helping with the community kitchen at least meant that you were proactively doing something which would be helping somebody.
To take this forward, it's three words: business as usual. We need to build One Slough into everything we do. So rather than work in silos, we need to keep what's worked well going, and ensuring that going forward we don't have to wait for a pandemic to work together. We work together all the time.
I think without One Slough we would still be trying to make a positive difference, but it would have been in a completely uncoordinated way. I think what One Slough has done has allowed us to make a coordinated response to these problems. And that's been fantastic to see all the different agencies working together in such a joined up way.
I felt that because when we stopped our Good Gym training running sessions, which was part of the community work that we did prior to the pandemic starting, it was a way of us still being able to support our community. So for me personally, it was about making the phone calls to those that were isolating and just being a friendly voice for them to hear on a weekly basis and go through any issues that they had with me. And if they needed anything more like food or medicines to be picked up, I could kind of pass that back on and get that organised for them.
It was fantastic that so many communities, individuals, charities, the government, the local government, organisations, companies, everybody in Slough just got together in the very first days and decided we need to act, we need to do something to make sure that everybody gets looked after. And it was our pleasure to be a part of that. We carried on giving food parcels as we've always done, and there were so many others that did food and lots of other services for people. So being a part of that was something that made us all feel very proud of Slough as well as of everybody that took part.
Oh yeah, messaging out from One Slough was really good because it was consistent, clear messaging. We were able to share that with Facebook through our business community. So we have a newsletter that goes out from Slough Business Community Partnership. We're constantly in discussion with all of our business members. So we're able to keep them up to date on what's happening with One Slough.
A huge difference actually, in the sense of it's brought all of us together. It's made us more stronger as a community. It's given us that support and that recognition, and also people now also know us. So if they are in need of anything, they know where to come. They know that there is this Slough Model Sisters community group, which is open to everyone, and that allows people to contact us directly as well. So I think the main thing for us is the fact that it's also humbled us in a way as well, because it's allowed us to help so many people out there. It's been a real big eye-opener for us as well, so definitely a big change for us.
So in the voluntary sector we've always moved very quickly, as quickly as we possibly can, to make changes in the community that are needed. Working alongside the local authority and businesses as well as faith groups has meant that we've been able to coordinate in a much quicker fashion. They've been able to get the responses they need, and the community has been having an instant response to its problems, which has meant that overnight we've been able to turn problems around, and actually some of those problems have then turned into solutions for the long term.
Again, by referring them, listening to them, understanding their needs, and then signposting them to One Slough for additional support and assessment.
Mostly from the social media that we were receiving the messages, and we were doing the same as a group. We were forwarding the messages. There was word of mouth as well, that this is the organization that is helping,
and we can also get involved. So for example, there was a volunteer week in which One Slough appreciate all the groups that what they were doing. They sent out the emails that if you want to get along or want to send us an email what your group has done during this period, and then that was spread through their newsletters to other people that what these groups have come together to work. That's how the approach was made.
One Slough approach is simple. It is just basically a collaboration of all the key partners, all the communities in Slough coming together as one, doing what it can do for Slough, not working across boundaries, working across bureaucracy and just making things happen.
We need to take forward this good working practice, trusting each other, and we need to reach out more organizations. There are more than 500 voluntary organizations out there in Slough, and there are business communities who don't know what these people are doing. So bringing people together on this platform, COVID actually is a blessing. It brought us together and offered us a really valuable practice. So we should carry it to the future.
One Slough was very helpful in exchanging ideas, and it was a forum where you could learn about what other community groups are doing, and you could take ideas from them and implement them in your own group. And it was a forum where you could bring any issues, and other people were always ready to help you.
We've learnt lots. We've learnt that we've built so many relationships as well. I think we've built relationship with the people that we've supported and we've helped. And we still help them today as well. We still get calls through with people and in the community. And it's helped us become humble and grateful for what we have, and that we have the health to help others, I think, greatly as well.
Being involved in the One Slough project actually saved my sanity, because being on furlough for 2 months meant that I can still help and support the community that I love, and the fact that I love to give back. It meant that I had a purpose to get up every day and still be involved in something that I'm passionate about.
I think what we need to take forward is that if we can work this collaboratively, this effectively during a COVID-19 period, when we all mutually support each other, isn't it amazing what we could achieve when COVID-19 is not around, and we're able to carry that mission and that partnership of collaborative working into an arena where we're not dealing with a crisis, but we're dealing with a thriving town and thriving people to make a big difference to our vulnerable communities.